in my mind. He is mine. He is mine. Jesus, I know he is mine. He is mine. He is mine. I've got joy in my soul. I've got peace in my mind. He is mine. He is mine. Jesus, I know he is mine. He's mine all day. He's mine all day. I've got joy in my soul. I've got peace in my mind. He is mine. He is mine. Jesus, I know he is mine. He's mine all day. He's mine all day. I've got joy in my soul. I've got peace in my mind. He is mine. He is mine. Jesus, I know he is mine. He is mine. He is mine. I've got joy in my soul. I've got peace in my mind. He is mine. He is mine. Jesus, I know he is mine. He's mine all day. It's mine all day. I've got joy in my soul. I've got peace in my mind. He is mine. He is mine. Jesus, I know he is mine. He is mine. He is mine. I've got joy in my soul. I've got peace in my mind. He is mine. He is mine. Jesus, I know he is mine. He is mine. He is mine. I've got joy in my soul. I've got peace in my mind. He is mine. He is mine. Jesus, I know he is mine. He is mine. He is mine. I've got joy in my soul. I've got peace in my mind. He is mine. He is mine. Jesus, I know he is mine. We thank God for you today. We're going to do a little short live here this afternoon, I guess. Got an unexpected guest showing up at my house. Thanks to my daughter who's moving out, who shouldn't even be here now. But she's got some guests showing up at my house. Isn't that a shame? Hey there, how you doing? Elite one, beautiful. Thank you. God is so good today. We give him the praise and the glory. He is worthy of all praise and honor right now. Nothing we can do without the Lord. He is so good to me today. I thank him for everything. Oh yes, he is so wonderful. I'm doing great. How are you doing this afternoon? I tell you, it's a beautiful day here in Arkansas. After we had some rain and everything, it's really nice today. Really good. Well, we'll see what's going on here in a little bit. I guess she called a friend to come pick up her air conditioner, so that's what it got. That's why she's here, I guess. Oh, we thank God today. I don't know what these messages for review. I always get this. I wonder. I don't know. That's somebody putting some messages on here that shouldn't be. I'm not sure what that means. Get some message to say this message is held for review. Are you reposting something that's not appropriate that they hold it for review? I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, it's interesting. I see that every once in a while. At first, I thought maybe they was doing something. I done messed up something or whatever, but apparently that's not the case. It's a beautiful, like I said, it's a beautiful day. Thank you so much. I'm glad you are subscribed. I appreciate that. Hey, how you doing, Fortnite? Hey there, how you doing?
Hi, you know who I am?
Yes, I know who you are, Rachel.
It's been a long time no see.
Yeah, I'm doing a YouTube live.
Because I didn't know who was on the phone to my daddy.
No, it's okay, no problem. You want to be on my YouTube live? I tell you, it's all right.
You said it's been a long time no see.
Yeah, I'm doing a live here. I'm doing pretty good with my YouTube channel. Let's see. This is my cousin Rachel, y'all.
Hey.
I've got 8,000 some subscribers since
Oh,
July of last year.
really?
Have over 1.5 million views on my channel, so it's coming along pretty well.
Really? And keep your cousin in your prayers.
Okay, I sure will.
Yes, sir.
You talking about Mike or you?
Yeah, daddy.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, well, me too.
Okay, I'll put all y'all in the prayers. I sure will.
Yes, sir. You like living here in Palm Bluff?
It's all right.
Yes, sir.
I'd rather be somewhere else, I think, but it's
You don't want to
okay.
go back home and live in the country and grow you a garden? And...
Oh, I thought I was going to be living in Fort Smith now, but I don't seem like that's going to happen. But maybe I might be here. I think I'm going to fix this place up and go and make this my little dream cottage.
I'm going to go back to Raleigh and get you a garden.
I can put me a garden in my big backyard here.
Mm-hmm.
All I want to tend to. That'll be enough.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
Yep. I came by here. I had seen where Alex had moved back to Arkansas. And that's kind of good because I told her I looked at her. I remember when she used to ride the bus with me and Vanessa. I was a young.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She's good people. Yeah. And I was, I came over here to help her.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
All right.
You got it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it's spring now. So you gonna start tillering you a garden yet?
No. I'm going to check with Kenneth to see if he got a tiller. He was talking about getting one or something. If you do, he got a truck. He can bring it up here on his thing and get it tilled. So I'm going to check and see. He's talking about doing a garden. So we'll see him.
Yeah.
Get together and do something maybe.
Yeah.
I would.
I graduated UAPB in 23. I'm working on my master's.
Yeah, I saw that
Yes,
when
sir.
you posted it. I
Yes,
sure
sir.
did.
I'm working on my master's now at Fayetteville. I had to take a semester off.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to.
Are you going to go up there or are you taking an online course?
Online
okay,
courses,
that's good. Yeah.
I'm part of Sigma Gamma Rho as well.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So I had to keep it a secret when I was pledging because Daddy don't believe in this.
Yeah. Well, I kind of didn't either.
Yeah.
And I still don't because one of the reasons I had a classmate, I thought about pledging when I was in
What
college.
was you thinking about pledging?
I really hadn't made up my mind. I probably would have did Kappa.
Yeah.
Q's was crazy.
I can see you a Q or a Kappa.
Q's was crazy. My Dr. Davis, Jr., he used to be a Cap. Yeah, he was a Q.
Oh, I didn't know that because I think.
But they branded themselves them old.
Yeah.
I ain't doing that.
So did you know Mr. Reynolds, Ron Reynolds, still work out there?
Yeah, I do him.
Yeah, he's a Q because I had asked him.
He still living?
Yeah, he's still alive.
You know what that fool did?
What?
He came by my dorm when he was pledging.
Really?
Room. Yeah, he come knocking at my door one morning at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh Lord.
He wanted to borrow a quarter so he could buy his big brother a pop.
Oh, his pledge.
He was pledging.
Mm-hmm.
He had to buy his big brother a pop. He didn't have no money. And he had to come and find somebody to borrow some money. He come knocking on my door. I went and looked to see what time it was. And then I went and found him a quarter, I thought.
Wow.
This is crazy.
What year did you graduate UPB?
I graduated in 77.
Did you know, you knew my Aunt Clem, didn't you? Clementine Bass?
Sure. She was my classmate in high school.
Really? She's a Delta. Let's see. Because my supervisor used to work at UAPB too. Her name was Easter Holly before she got married. Cause Easter Tucker. She married. Yeah, she was in a dorm with Clem, Babby. I know you didn't remember Babby.
Yeah, Babby was. Oh yeah, she's nice.
Yeah,
I just met my little sweetheart back when I was a little kid. Didn't even know what a girl was. I thought she was just wonderful.
I think she's single. I think she's single. Cause I used to date her cousin. Which Daddy used to mess with me talking about we were related because they was young in the Ferguson. And he said we favor or whatever. We weren't related because I asked Aunt Mary. And Aunt Mary said we weren't related because Aunt Mary and I think Caleb's grandma and Sophia were I think all friends or something like that. Yeah. And Babby and Clem are sorors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I think Janice is Janice Mathis. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are my classmates.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Yeah, Janice, Clem, and Sue Young.
I met her. And let me see. I think
I ain't seen or heard from Bobby Benton. She was one of my classmates too.
I don't know her.
Yeah.
Is that Uncle Harvey's? I don't know about. That's what they call it.
I think that may have been his
daughter.
Might have been his daughter.
Yeah. When last time you been to Rising?
A few days ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was down there.
Yeah.
Well, I went down to the courthouse to take care of some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they done changed the school. Things are so different now. It's just like a different place.
They are. They have. Yeah. Me and my sorority gave back to the high school this past October. We were in the paper. We donated some socks, shirts, and things, school supplies to the students down there. Because of course I got to get back to my hometown.
Yeah.
Can't forget where I came from.
Well, you can't forget if you try.
No, I can't forget where I came from. Yep.
Yep.
But it's good seeing you.
Yeah, it's good seeing you too.
Yes, sir. I know I hadn't seen you in a while. I had told Alex last time I seen you, you was in a little Chevy Cruze, and that's
yeah. That got told a couple of years ago now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, I'm good.
Where's that thing?
He in there. I'm going to bring him out.
Yeah. That must be his hamburger pillow.
Huh?
That must be his.
No, that's mine. There's. If it was his, he'd have tore it up already.
Really?
Yeah, he tears up all his toys. This is mine. It's one of the animes. There's this anime called What Tokyo Love is Hard for Attack. And there's this guy. He had that, and so it's like that anime. That pillow is like
Yeah.
It's oh my God. Oh crap. I'm putting him in the bag. Yeah, he's gonna go in the front seat. Cause I'm gonna take this out. So when I'm gonna take those pillows out, cause they take up a lot of space.
A pillow?
Yeah. Which I bought them. You know, those are the kind of things that if you buy it, you need to get like those space saver bags and like vacuum seal it down. Yeah. Cause any movement ain't I ain't gonna be moving.
No time soon. Right.
So your dad think about building a house down there, Rising?
He needs to. Because I'm kind of furious. I keep real because I said to him, Carl had him by that camper, and that camper is not big enough for him and Mama. And Mama cannot walk right now. Carl something else.
Yeah, he is. Because he had me to buy a travel trailer camper. I paid about $600-700 for buying it. It wasn't too good.
Really?
Yeah.
This one ain't either because they said it's got holes in the floor.
Yeah.
Mama told me that.
Mine had a hole in the ceiling and stuff. And it just so it's the best stuff thing.
Oh, wow. Because I know a couple other.
Carl will mess you up. He had me to buy some mules back in the day, some coon dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. I know Carl will mess you up because I learned that with this thing. Carl got Daddy about the camp, and then, you know, Daddy done had another wreck. He done told his other. He had a Buick Vista.
Yeah, I remember that.
Kind of same thing. No, he had the lacrosse, the white car.
Yeah, I remember the lacrosse.
He told her that one back in October.
Yeah.
He just a couple days ago told her he had a Buick Vista, which is about the same.
He done told another one?
Yep. I'm about to take these keys.
I know you should.
Yeah.
My daddy used to be messed up like that, driving around having wrecks and stuff. No, you don't need to be driving if you having a wreck like that.
And so Carl had told, I was working on him a deal with a car in where is it, Everett Buick. Carl done took him out to Smart, and he done paid $5,000 down, and I know because he was finna pay about $2,000 or $3,000 on a car at Buick, Everett Buick. But Carl, like I said, Carl.
If you got any kind of credit, you're supposed to get a car with no money down.
Yeah.
I bought that car, no money down.
Well, I'm still building my credit, so.
I've never paid money down before.
Really?
I don't think. I mean, I traded in my Laro just so I could
get Laro?
Yeah, I used to have when I was in college.
I had a Laro.
My senior year, I had a white Oldsmobile Laro in 2002.
Them Laros was nice cars.
And I still got mine. And then, Carl, let me tell you what your cousin Carl did. Had Daddy to drag my car from the front to the backyard. If I was wanting to get it fixed, I can't get it fixed now because the wheels is hit a bit on the back. I might as well drag Crockett.
Oh, well.
Messed up the axle?
Yep.
Wow.
Because I had a red Alero, and it was Hello Kitty. It had Hello Kitty. Yeah. Mine was 4-door.
Did mess up the axle or just the rims?
It's the wheel is twisted.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it probably done messed up something on the frame.
You gonna take her with you? Or him?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a neighborhood cat or what. He sits on that porch sometimes.
I was telling Ellie.
The lady next door, he was sitting behind her. I was like, what did she do, the cat? It's fine. And then she was like, move, but she was kind of saying it a lot.
Matter of fact,
kind of loving.
When I was little, when you used to catch the bus with us, we had a cat like that. That's a tuxedo cat.
Yeah. Yeah, some of these cats are real friendly. They come up to me and stuff too.
I love cats.
They used to, when I bought this place, they used to live up in there. They had some kittens up there. Yeah.
Yeah, Carl, I try to get that, and then Aunt Linda, she another one.
Is she living in Racket, Arkansas now?
She in Little Rock.
Oh, okay.
That cause Carl talking, and they like this.
Yeah.
So they working. You know, I'm trying to do what's best for my dad.
Yeah, I don't know why he would. No, don't spend no money down on a car. If you can't get one without no money down, you don't need it.
Right. That's true.
Especially more than $1,000 or so.
Yeah, cause I ended up paying $3,000, but I didn't want to trade my car.
Because guess what? At his age, you could take $5,000 and buy a nice car with cash.
Exactly.
And have no payments.
Exactly. Car got him that.
And especially if you're gonna go around wrecking them anyway. What are you doing?
Right. That's why I said I'm gonna have to take them keys.
That's sad.
Cause I hadn't heard from my dad. I told Alex I was supposed to be out here earlier. I've been waiting on them to get back, and they said they've been at the doctor's all day. I had to check on them. I said loose car on the road. Cause Daddy, I was talking about the tags you gotta watch for is the UAPB tag. Now you gotta watch for you.
Yeah. For real.
So Alex, if you get the UAPB tag, your cousin said the people that have UAPB tags can't drive.
They might be. I don't know.
Yeah. No, look. I got UAPB tags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that I'm trying to think. Most of the students, most of the students at UAPB when I was there,
I
don't think anybody was.
I don't know why anybody thinks that he can't drive.
Nobody was a bad driver.
Anybody gets personalized tags usually don't have no problem with driving.
Well, you better not, because your car is easily identifiable.
Yeah. Well, you already know who I am, and if you automatically.
Because those tags, that database is much easier to search than the other one. Because all they got to see is 1 or 2 letters of that, and they can search.
And describe the color of the car or something. Yeah, they got you.
Yep. And all you got, and like, if somebody looking for me, all they got to see is SG Row on the back. They know it's me.
Yep.
Which, if you decide to creep, you need to take them plates off.
Or I can get in the Impala.
Or use your other car.
Yeah. Then they won't know it's me. And I started to get the Arkansas Razorback tags when I was.
Oh, I wouldn't get nothing with a Razorback on it.
Well, I'm a student there. So.
Well, I don't care.
Yeah,
they are heartbreakers.
Yeah, they are.
They just break your heart no matter what. I just can't root for them hardly.
Yeah.
I was, after they did Nolan Richardson so wrong, that's what turned me off on them.
What you think about your president?
He ain't my president.
I sure didn't vote for him.
You know, he's a devil.
He is.
And you know, he's crazy.
He is. He really is.
He's trying to wreck this country. Talk about making Greenland go over there and just force the people to come part of the United States. Telling Canada, if you want a terrorist move, you got to become the 51st state.
Wow.
Gonna tell a whole other country you're gonna have to become a state.
And like I said, I had talked. One of my friends was talking the other day. I said, I didn't vote for him. Please don't punish me due to his actions. I did not.
Well, the first time when he was running, I contributed money to Hillary's campaign. I told everybody I do not to vote for that man because I thought we can survive Hillary, but I'm not sure that fool.
Oh, did you hear
and then COVID hit this country.
He done proposed to chop down a magnolia tree. A magnolia tree that's at the White House. He wants to chop down a magnolia tree.
Is that one of the trees that Jackie Kennedy's?
No, that was planted by Andrew Jackson. I'm thinking to myself, don't he know that was a racist too? What?
Wow.
I said as a black person, I don't care.
Yeah. Because I think he already done did some of Jackie Kennedy's garden or something.
Melania tore that up during his first term. What? I'm like, that's the thing. It is just everybody who votes for him, everybody who voted for him.
He talking about running for a 4th term.
Third, yeah.
He think he gonna live forever. He says something about a 4th term. He's ran 3 times, but and I'm talking about a 4th. That fool think he gonna live forever.
First of all, no, this would be his. If he were to run again, that would be him running a 4th time because he lost once.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: if he decides that he want to run again, guess who also can run again?
Obama.
Guess who also can run again?
Bill Clinton.
Guess who also can run again? Against him in the Republican primary, Bush. George W.
Yep, Bush.
Yeah.
And think with the chaos, George W. done stood back.
He don't like him.
He don't like him, but he stood back. But if Trump almost bankrupts America, he might do what he got to do to stop it.
Yeah. A lot of people going to do it.
He should have already.
Yeah, Mitt Romney shot
him. If he could have.
Mitt Romney shot him.
But actually, maybe, I don't know, maybe George W., he saw the Republican Party.
Look, he already know what time
He said, these folks is crazy. He said, I can't even make no difference. Look. He said, you know, he said about the first inauguration, they said, quote, he was watching it, and he said, well, that was some weird shit. And I'm like, you know what? I know he said that because I could hear it in his voice. And it sounded like something.
And you know what? Somewhere Kamala is back then. I told you, folks. I told you.
Well, the first time when he got elected, I said, we deserve this whooping. Yep. And we got whooping. And when COVID hit, yep. I knew something was going to happen. I didn't know what it was. And when COVID hit, he told me, it's going to be like the flu. And as soon as that fool said that, I started staying at home. I isolated myself. Everybody said, this is it. I said, I thought he was going to start World War III, and 1 million people died of COVID because of him.
And then what he suggested to people, and this is so stupid, he suggested, and it was talking about bleach as a use.
And drinking, don't forget.
Hey, Miguel.
The stupidest thing ever, because number one, never, and think about the field of medicine. They used to do lobotomies with a hammer and an ice pick. Think about leeches. They used to lose that as a blood. We've had all throughout the...
Well, leeches make some sense.
No, it does. I'm saying all of those things did achieve the desired result.
Right.
But nobody in the history scientific has ever said, let's do bleach. First of all, because chlorine is toxic.
Yeah.
Chlorine gas. Chlorine is a nasty chemical as a gas.
Right.
It's interesting that it forms with salt.
Yeah.
With sodium, it forms salt, and potassium, it forms different salts. But on its own, chlorine, which is the base of bleach, is toxic.
Right.
Toxic to this point where you can't use like bleach with certain products. If you mix it, the fumes will kill you.
Yeah, because I remember I had a coworker.
Actually, Common, one thing I learned when I think I was in high school, I think Mr. Green, he was telling me that Common, if you like are in your bathroom, and if your bathroom is like enclosed, and you like have a lot of common in your bathtub, and you turn on like the hot water, it can start to react, and the gases can kill you. It can knock you out. Which most people don't do, because most people you sprinkling the most of the people that's using common is women, and we got enough sense to not be down there breathing it in.
You ready?
But some people they be I'm ready. Okay. Well, Kelly,
all right, take care now.
You get in your seat.
Let's see here. Busy day, busy day. My cousin came by. I was talking to visit with them, so that's what I was doing here for a few minutes.
Terror on the road. Can you imagine the road rage he would have?
Man, it's such a beautiful day out here, though.
You know, it's a U-Haul over on 28. Yeah, okay. Come on.
Let's see here. Turn it around here. Be a little easier. I forgot what I was talking about. Just my cousin stopped by, visited with her a while. Sometimes you see people, they remember you, they want to talk, and so you have to give people a space and time, I guess, to be a part of whatever. When she came by, I thought she was coming by to visit with my daughter here at the house, but my daughter apparently called her to help her move some of the stuff out, and so she came over to help my daughter. It was interesting that she was telling me my daughter was good people. It's kind of funny when somebody tell you that family members you have are good people, and they know how to represent themselves when they go out sometime. But sometimes the problem we have is we act a fool when we're at home with the people we know the best. People we ought to treat better, we treat them shamefully. That's what's going on now. That's why she's moving out. But it's okay. I'm glad she's gone. Now I can have peace in my home. That's what I was singing. I forgot about that when my cousin came up. That's what I was singing. I was singing, He is mine. He is mine. He is mine. I've got joy in my soul. I've got peace in my mind. He is mine. He is mine. Jesus, I know He is mine. He's mine all day. He's mine all day. I've got joy in my soul. I've got peace in my mind. He is mine. He is mine. Jesus, I know He is mine. Mine all day. He's mine all day. I've got joy in my soul. I've got peace in my mind. He is mine. He is mine. Jesus, I know He is mine. I need to get in my car and let my windows up before I be done. Forgot. I don't think it's going to rain today. We've had rain the past couple of days, so I think it's going to be okay. But better make them, lock them up, make sure, because I got them all down when I walked away from here earlier today. So let everything up, close everything up here for the night. I tell you, God is so good, though. I'm so glad I have peace in my mind and peace in my soul. I mean, so many things can happen to disrupt us and discourage us. But God will give you peace in the midst of a storm. When there's trouble all around you, the Lord knows just how to comfort you, to give you peace. You know, it's amazing to me how so many times we pretend or we go around calling ourselves loving people, caring for people, and we fail to realize that God is in control. God is over everything. Hey there, Miguel. And we do stuff that's just, we can anger God. But that was what they were talking about. They were talking about President Trump and everything. Asked me about my president. I said, he's not my president. He's president of the United States, but I don't claim him as mine. He's a man unto himself, looking out for himself, doing what he wants to do. We just have to give God the glory and God the praise. When we start looking to men too much, put too much confidence in men, that's where we get into all kind of trouble. We forget about God and start doing our own thing. And this country and any country that forgets God is going to have a tough road to hoe. That's all I can say. But what I was trying to say to you earlier is that many times we love family members and we love people. We love these people more than we love God. Anytime we start to love people more than God, we headed for a downfall. We're going to have trouble in our lives. People are going to be in a mess. I want to turn to the book of Samuel. I normally don't preach much from the Old Testament scripture. And the reason I don't, because it's about a lot of failed relationships, or failed things people did. And I don't like talking about failures and people disobedience and disrespect and all of that too much. But the Bible says that the Old Testament was written as our schoolmasters to bring us unto Christ. I like to preach a gospel message talking about the good news of Jesus Christ. And that's what we're going to go to before we finish here this afternoon. We're going to talk about the goodness of the Lord. But I want to read to you some from the book of Samuel. That was a pastor who preached from the 4th chapter of Samuel. And I'll tell you what he preached here in a little bit. He preached from the 4th chapter of Samuel. And I'll just read to you what he preached here. I think he started the 2nd verse, and he read this here. And the Philistines put themselves in array against Israel, and they joined the battle. Israel smitten before the Philistines, and they slew the army in the field, about 4,000 men. And when the people were come into the camp, the elders of Israel said, Wherefore hath the Lord smitten us today before the Philistines? Let us fetch the ark of the covenant, that the Lord of Shiloh, unto us, that when it come among us, it may save us out of the hands of our enemies. So the people sent to Shiloh, that they might bring forth the ark of the covenant of the Lord of hosts, which dwell between the cherubims. And 2 sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, were there with the ark of covenant of God. And when the ark of the covenant of the Lord came into the camp, all Israel shouted with a great shout, so that the earth rang again. And when the Philistines heard the noise of the shout, they said, What meanest thou, the noise of this great shout in the camp of the Hebrews? And they understood that the ark of the Lord was come into the camp. And the Philistines were afraid, for they said, God is come into the camp. And they said, Woe unto us, for there hath not been such a thing heretofore. Woe unto us, we shall be delivered unto the hands of these mighty gods. These are the gods that smote the Egyptians with all the plagues in the wilderness. Be strong and quiet yourselves like men, O ye Philistines, that ye be not the servants unto the Hebrews, as they have been to you. Quiet yourselves like men and fight. And the Philistines fought, and Israel was smitten, and there fled every man into his tents, and they were very great slaughter. Therefore fell Israel 30,000 footmen. And the ark of God was taken, and the two sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, were slain. And there ran a man of Benjamin out of the army into the camp of Shiloh, and same day with his clothes rent, and the earth upon his head. And when he came, lo, Eli watching, for his heart trembled for the ark of God. And when the man came into the city and told it, all the city cried out. And when Eli heard that noise of the cry, he said, What meanest thou the noise of this tumult? And the man came in hastily and told Eli. Now Eli was 98 years old, and his eyes were dim, that he could not see. And the man said unto Eli, I am he that came out of the army, and fled today out of the army. And he said, What what is there done, my son? And the messenger answered and said, Israel is fled before the Philistines, and there have also been a great slaughter among the people. And thy two sons also, Hophni and Phinehas, are dead, and the ark of God is taken. And it came to pass, when he had mentioned of the ark of the God had fallen from off the seat backwards by the side of the gate, and his neck brake, and he died, and he was old man and heavy, and he judged Israel 40 years. And his daughter-in-law, Phinehas' wife, was with child, near to be delivered. And when she heard the tidings that the ark of God was taken, and that her father-in-law and her husband were dead, she bowed herself and travailed, for her pain came upon her. And about the time of her death, the women that stood by her said unto her, Fear not, for thou hast born a son. But she answered not, neither did she regain regard. And she named the child Ichabod, saying, The glory of God is departed from Israel, because the ark of the God was taken, and because of her father-in-law, her husband. And she said, The glory of God is departed from Israel, for the ark of God is taken. And this pastor went on to say that this is a morbid chapter. He was talking about how people have symbols of God and denying the power thereof. He talked about this chapter, and it's from the first book of Samuel, the 4th chapter. The only time he mentioned Samuel's name was when he said, We're going to take up reading from the 4th chapter of Samuel. He didn't even read the first verse of the 4th chapter. And the first verse of this 4th chapter said, And the word of Samuel came to all Israel. Now Israel went out arrayed against the Philistines to battle, to pitch beside Ebenezer. If you notice what he says here in this 4th chapter, in the first verse, it says, And the word of Samuel came to all Israel. What was the word of Samuel to all Israel? It says they went out against the Philistines to battle and pitched beside Ebenezer. And the Philistines pitched in Aphex. But it didn't say. Now let's go and see what the Lord did say. Because see, he was talking about that how Eli loved his two sons. How greatly that father loved his two sons. Let's go to the 2nd chapter of Samuel and read some of it and see what happened. The 2nd chapter in the first verse says, it talks about Samuel's mother. And Hannah prayed and said, My heart rejoices. This is after God had given her the son Samuel. Say, my heart rejoices in the Lord. My horn is exalted largely over mine enemies, because I rejoiced in thy salvation. There is none holy as the Lord, for there is none beside him, beside thee. Neither is there any rock like our God. Talk no more so exceedingly proud. Let not arrogance come out of your mouth. For the Lord is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. See, we need to know what we're doing, how we're serving God, how we're living. Samuel's mother was a woman of great faith, and she had prayed for a child in the first chapter. And so much so that she prayed and her mouth was moving, but no words came out. And when Eli saw her praying, he thought she was drunk. So he said, how long will you be drunken at your wine? And she said, I'm not a child of Belial. I'm not drunken as you suppose. He said, I'm crying out to God out of the bitterness of my spirit, because she had no child. And then when Samuel recognized what was going on with her, he said, may the God of Israel grant your petition. And so a year later, she had a son named Samuel. That's what we're talking about here. And she's talking about how God is a God that weighs, a God of knowledge, and he weighs action, and he weighs actions of people. How you live, how you conduct yourself, it means a lot before God. The bows of the mighty men are broken, and they stumble are girded in strength. That's what he went on to say. She rejoiced in the Lord. She gave praise and glory to God. And the 10th verse said, and the adversaries of the Lord shall be broken to pieces out of heaven. Shall he thunder upon them? The Lord shall judge the ends of the earth, and he shall give strength unto his king, and exalt the horn of his anointed. And Elkanah went to Ramah, that's her husband, to his house. And the child did minister unto the Lord before Eli. This is Samuel that she had given to Eli. She said, if God will grant me one child or remove this reproach from my life, because back then, if a woman didn't have any child, it was considered a great shame. So she asked God to remove that reproach from her life, and God granted her this son. And she said, if you'll grant me this son, I will lend him back to you all the days of his life. No razor shall come upon his head. And she is now fulfilling this promise, and she's given him back to Eli, that she's lent him to the Lord all the days of his life. And he ministered before the Lord and Eli, the priest. And this 12th verse says, now the sons of Eli, Eli was the priest of God. And it said, now the sons of Eli were sons of Belial. They knew not the Lord. They were priests themselves. They were sons of the chief priest, who was the keeper of the ark of the covenant. And it says they knew not the Lord. They were priests. They were in the ministry. They were of the tribe of Levi. And it says they were sons of Belial. They knew not the Lord. And the priest's customs were that the people made offerings. The priest's servants came, and while the flesh was seething, with a fleshing hook of 3 teeth in his hand, he would strike into the pan or kettle or the cauldron or the pot, and all the flesh cook brought out, the priest took for himself. So they did in Shiloh until all Israel came hither. And they had a certain way they were supposed to do the sacrifices. But Eli's sons, being son of Belial, they didn't let the people offer the sacrifices the way God had prescribed. They took forcibly what they wanted for themselves. They said, we're going to let our meat be boiled. We're going to take what we want for the priest first. We're going to get our person first. They wasn't supposed to do it that way. But they forcibly took it. They said, if you don't give it willingly, we will take it by force. And then it went on to say, in the 18th verse, and let me go back up here to the 16th verse. And if any man saith unto him, let them not fail to burn the fat presently, then take as much as thy soul desire. Then he would answer him, say, nay, but thou shalt give it now, or if not, we will take it by force. That's what I was saying. Wherefore the sins of the young men was very great before the Lord, for the men abhorred the offerings of the Lord. But Samuel ministered before the Lord, being a child, girded himself with an ephod. More, his mother made him a little coat and brought it to him year from year. And when she came with her husband to offer yearly sacrifices. And Eli blessed Elkanah and his wife and said, the Lord give thee seed of this woman for the loan which is lent to the Lord. And they went to their own home, and the Lord visited Hannah so that she conceived and bare 3 sons and 2 daughters. And the child Samuel grew before the Lord. Now Eli was very old, and heard of all his sons did unto Israel, how they lay with the women, and assembled at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And he said unto them, why do you do such things? For I heard your evil dealings by all this people. Nay, my son, for it is not good report that I hear. Ye make the Lord's people to transgress. Now, Eli knew how wicked his sons were. And he said, it's not a good report I hear of you. He said, why do you make the people transgress? They were laying with the women. They was committing acts, vile acts before God. A man could have had as many wives as he wanted back then, but he didn't choose these women to be their wives. They chose to treat these women as whores and cause the people to sin and transgress. They didn't choose these women to be their wives. They just lay with them and just enjoyed them, treated them as whores, caused them to transgress before God, caused them to sin greatly. He said, nay, my sons, for it is no good report I hear. You make the Lord's people to transgress. If one man sinneth against another, the judge shall judge him. But if a man sinneth against the Lord, who shall entreat for him? Notwithstanding, they heard not the voice of their father, because the Lord would slay them. See, God was going to destroy Eli's 2 sons, sons of Belial, because of their wickedness. Because this pastor was talking about how that Eli loved his 2 sons. These sons were wicked before God, and God was going to slay them because of their wickedness, because they caused the people of God to transgress. And Eli told his son what they were doing wasn't good. But Eli had a greater responsibility than just to tell them what they was doing wasn't good. He had a responsibility to put them to death or to stop it altogether, and he didn't do it. If you don't stop this, I will put you out. I will put you to death. You can't do this. He was acting in his stead in the priesthood, doing these wicked things before God. And it says, and the child Samuel grew on and was in favor with both the Lord and also with men. And there came a man of God unto Eli. Eli was a priest of God himself. But another man of God came unto Eli and said unto him, thus saith the Lord, did I plainly appear to the house of thy father when they were in Egypt in Pharaoh's house? And did I not choose him out of the tribe of Israel to be my priest, to offer upon my altar, to burn incense, and to wear an ephod before me? And did I give the house of thy father all the offerings made before me in the children of Israel? Wherefore kick ye at my sacrifices and at mine offering, which I have commanded in the habitations, and honors thy sons? This is where we get in problems. As I say, when we call ourselves loving our family and our friends, he said, wherefore if you kick at my sacrifice and at my offerings, which I have commanded thee, habitation, honors thy sons above me, to make yourselves fat with the chiefest of all the offerings of Israel, my people. That's what we do sometimes. We choose our family. We choose certain people above God. Jesus said it this way, he that hateth not father, mother, brother, sister, wife, children, and yea, even his own life, is not worthy to be my disciple. God will have no other gods before you. He will not allow us to choose any family member, even our own selves, before him. We must seek him and put him first. That's the first commandment. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. And the second commandment says, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. You treat others the way you want to be treated. You walk upright before God. You do what's pleasing in the sight of God. You don't just run around pleasing yourself and doing whatever you wanted to do. This is what Eli's 2 sons were doing. They were doing whatever pleased him. And Eli was in trouble with God because God says, you have taken the things that I have given to you and told you to put forth to sanctify and to praise me first, and you've chosen to praise and give to yourself first. Wherefore the Lord God of Israel say, I will indeed that thy house and the house of thy father should walk before me forever. But now the Lord said, be it far from me. For them that honor me, I will honor, and them that despise me shall be lightly esteemed. Behold, the day cometh, and I will cut off thine arm, and the arms of thy father's house, and them that shall not be of old men in thy house. And thou shalt see an enemy in my habitation, and in all the wealth of which God has shall give Israel, and they shall not be an old man in thy house. This is where God is saying He's going to destroy Eli and his two sons. And I shall cut off from mine altar, and shall be consumed, and thy eyes shall be the grief of thy heart, and all the increase of thy house shall die in the flower of their age. And this shall be a sign unto thee, that shall come upon thy two sons, Hophni and Phinehas. And this is what that pastor was talking about. That book, the fourth chapter, was a grievous chapter. This was a grievous chapter in the children of Israel's lives because of Eli's evil, wicked sons. They had caused the people of God to transgress and to sin before God, and God's judgment was against them, that he was going to destroy them. He's going to kill them. They were going to die in one day. These were men who were bearing the Ark of the Covenant, who were sons of Belial. They should have had no right or to touch the Ark of the Covenant. But what it says in that fourth chapter, it says, and the word of Samuel came unto all Israel. What was the word of Samuel? Because we're going to learn in this third chapter that all of the words of Samuel, none of them fell to the ground. They didn't apparently inquire nothing of Samuel. When they went out to do a array of battle against the Philistines, there was 4,000 men slaughtered before the Philistines. So they grieved and cried unto God, like, why did you let us fall before the Philistines? He said, God slew them before the Philistines. They embarrassed them before the Philistines. So they decided they were going to send to Shiloh and get the Ark of the Covenant and bring it into the camp. They didn't ask Samuel. Samuel was there at Shiloh. They didn't ask Samuel. All of the words of the Lord had come to Samuel. They knew that Samuel had been chosen to be a prophet unto God. Their father was blind and of old age, could not see, could not help them. Instead of them asking of Samuel, they took it upon themselves to just go take the Ark of the Covenant into the battle arena. That's what they did. And so God told them they're going to be destroyed. And in the third chapter, he talks about when God starts to call Samuel. And the child Samuel, the third chapter, the first verse, and the child Samuel ministered unto the Lord before Eli. And the word of the Lord was precious in those days. There was no open vision. In other words, they weren't hearing from God. And that's the problem they got into. They went out before God to do battle, but they didn't ask Samuel, who Samuel now was the messenger of God, and they didn't hear him. And the child Samuel ministered before the Lord, before Eli, and the word of the Lord was precious in those days, and there was no open vision. And it came to pass at the time when Eli was laid down in his place, and his eyes began to wax dim, that he could not see. He was a blind man. He was the seer for the children of Israel who could not see. He was the priest of God who was in charge of the Ark of the Covenant, but no open vision was given to him. And he had laid down to sleep, he and Samuel. And Samuel lay down to sleep, and the Lord called Samuel, and he said, here am I. The Lord called Samuel, and Samuel responded, here am I. And he ran unto Eli and said, here am I. Thou callest me? And he said, I call not. Lie down again. And he went and lay down. And the Lord called yet again Samuel. And Samuel arose and went to Eli and said, here am I, for thou didst call me. And he answered, said, I call not, my son. Lie down again. Now Samuel did not yet know the Lord, neither was the word of the Lord revealed unto him. And the Lord called Samuel again the third time. And he ran and went to Eli and said, here am I, for thou didst call me. And Eli perceived that the Lord had called the child. Therefore Eli said unto him, it shall be, if he call thee, that thou shalt say, speak, Lord, thy servant heareth. So Samuel went and lay down in his place. This is the third time now he's going to lay down again. And the Lord came and stood and called as the other time, Samuel, Samuel. Then Samuel answered, Speak, for thy servant heareth. And the Lord said unto Samuel, Behold, I will do a thing in Israel, at which both every ear shall hear. Everyone that hear, his ears shall tear, his ears shall tingle. In the day I will perform against Eli all the things which I have spoken concerning his house. When I began, I will also make an end. For I have told him that I will judge his house forever, and for the iniquity which he knoweth. Because his sons make themselves vile, and he strained them not. And therefore I have sworn unto the house of Eli, that the iniquity of Eli's house shall not be purged with sacrifices, nor with offerings forever. And Samuel lay until the morning, and opened the doors of the house of the Lord. And Samuel feared to show Eli the vision. Then Eli called Samuel, and said, Samuel, my son. And he answered, Here am I. And he said, What is the thing that the Lord hath said unto thee? I pray thee, hide it not from me. God do to thee, and more so also, if thou hide anything from me of the things that he said unto thee. And Samuel told him everything which he had, and hid nothing from him. And he said, It is the Lord. Let him do whatsoever seemeth good. And Samuel grew, and the Lord was with him, and did let none of his words fall to the ground. And all of Israel from Dan to Beersheba knew that Samuel was established to be a prophet of God. And the Lord appeared again in Shiloh, for the Lord revealed himself to Samuel in Shiloh, and the word of the Lord. So the word of the Lord was revealed to Samuel at Shiloh. Samuel was at Shiloh, yet they went out to fight against the Philistines and said nothing about Samuel. When we don't regard the Lord, we get ourselves into all kind of trouble. We thank God for you joining us this live today. As I say, I want to live so God can use me. Anytime, any place, anywhere. We thank you for joining us today. Have a great day in the Lord. God bless you.